God damn.
I feel like I beat Tank too, as well. Only time I see him come out fast, it's on the cruise. I know boxing, and also I know myself, so.
Yeah. Gervonta Davis has unveiled fresh footage from his latest training sessions as anticipation continues to build around his upcoming showdown with Lamont Roach. The clips have quickly grabbed the attention of boxing fans, but one fighter in particular may be paying especially close attention, Keyshawn Davis. With both fighters preparing for major bouts and tensions already rising, the latest look at Tank's preparation has only added another layer of intrigue. Let's take a closer look at what the new footage reveals and why it has people reconsidering how these upcoming fights could unfold. Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach have been heading toward a highly anticipated meeting, with plenty of discussion surrounding the matchup. As the event draws closer, the back and forth between fighters has kept fans engaged, and Tank's newest training material has now given everyone another reason to watch closely. The footage offers fans a glimpse into Davis's current preparation, while also giving his opponents something to study. With the intensity surrounding the matchup continuing to grow, the latest training update has certainly added more attention to an already highly anticipated fight.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would not Tank short out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like, Tank is a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that. You got the power, you got the skill and ability. He's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me. And I'm coming with that same shit he coming with. And he know that. His coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? So go fight the from Cuba. No, nigga, I want to fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fighter. What you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
Now, take a look at what Davis has been showing inside the gym. His latest training session displays a completely different level of explosiveness, with sharp combinations, impressive hand speed, and serious power behind every shot. The footage shows Davis putting in work on the heavy bag, and the force behind his combinations immediately stands out. His punches are coming with tremendous intensity, while his movement around the bag remains controlled and fluid. What makes these clips even more interesting is the timing. Davis has indicated that 2025 is expected to be his last year as a professional boxer. That means the remaining bouts of his career could play a major role in how fans ultimately remember his time in the sport, making each appearance inside the ring even more significant.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight, you're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
At this stage of his career, the goal goes beyond simply increasing the number in the win column. Davis is looking to leave the sport with a lasting mark and strengthen his legacy among boxing's elite. That is exactly why he appears to be approaching this final chapter with complete focus and commitment.
Retire.
What changed?
What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like, like say you got to walk today.
Davis enters this stage of his career with an enormous amount on the line. Protecting his unbeaten record remains a major priority, and he has every reason to approach the matchup with maximum focus. His scheduled March 1st showdown with Lamont Roach at Barclays Center represents another important test. For Davis, this is about more than simply stepping into the ring and getting another result. He wants to establish his authority and leave a clear impression with his performance.
Thank all day, thank all day. He's worth. He's worth Alright, guys. Now, please. Right here. He's working.
Before Davis closes the chapter on his professional career, he intends to leave behind a performance that reminds everyone of what made him one of boxing's biggest names. That puts even more pressure on Lamont Roach to be fully prepared when they meet. And after that, Keyshawn Davis could find himself receiving even more attention as a potential future opponent. Tank is determined to demonstrate that, even at this stage of his career, he remains one of the sport's most formidable fighters.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm going to show up.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
This is where the situation takes another turn. Reports surrounding Keyshawn Davis's camp suggest that the young fighter has taken notice of what Tank is showing in these latest training clips. Considering the level of competition involved, that reaction would hardly be surprising. The footage sends a straightforward message. Davis believes he is still at the top, and anyone looking to challenge that position will have to be prepared for the task. The tension between Keyshawn and Gervonta has been building for quite some time, and their exchanges have made the rivalry increasingly difficult to ignore. But this matchup didn't suddenly appear overnight. The story began gaining serious attention after Keyshawn produced an impressive knockout victory over Liamos. Rather than waiting around after the win, Keyshawn used the moment to immediately put Gervonta Davis on notice, calling him out while he was still inside the ring.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have two daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Keyshawn's challenge immediately turned heads because he showed no hesitation in putting Tank's name in the spotlight. Initially, Gervonta appeared to treat the call-out as little more than a young fighter trying to secure a major opportunity. However, that perception began to change as Tank continued watching Keyshawn compete. The more he saw, the clearer it became that Keyshawn possesses genuine ability and isn't relying on words alone to make his case.
Right here in the middle. Right here. We're right. Right here, guys. Right here.
Keyshawn brings a dangerous mix of quick hands, raw strength, and polished boxing skills, making him a difficult opponent for anyone. His Olympic background also gives him valuable experience at the highest level. Gervonta soon realized that Keyshawn was far more than just another fighter. He was a legitimate threat in the division.
Hey, a world title. But also, we gonna come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3. But a world title is definitely gonna be next. 2025, we got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock, knock.
You've been on that all week. Listen.
With both fighters determined to establish themselves as the superior man, the tension between them continues to rise. If they eventually share the ring, fans can expect an intense showdown from the opening bell.
Tank said he's now the new face of boxing. What do you think?
For sure, he's the face of boxing. I don't have no problem with saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's the face of boxing for sure.
And he's that guy. You talked about how good Shakur is. Do you think people sleep on Tank's skills? Because they just see him as a knockout artist?
Who sleep on Tank's skills? Nah, nobody sleep on Tank. Like,
well, I'm just going because so many people just think he's a knockout artist, but I think they underestimate his boxing IQ.
And back in 2021, in August, I sparred Tank, and he's skilled. Like, he's skillfully. Like, he's like, you can watch me fight. You know, I'm skilled. When I got in the ring with him, he's skillfully great. He's great. Like, Tank is all the way around a great fighter for sure. He's for sure like Shakur the man. Tank the man too. Tank the man to beat right now because he got the popularity and the skill. You know what I'm saying? Shakur the man right now, but he's just not as popular as Tank.
But before we go any further, let's look at what makes this footage so unsettling. The first thing that stands out is Tank's raw punching strength. Everyone already knows about his ability to score knockouts, but watching that power on display tells a completely different story. Every shot appears capable of changing the fight in an instant.
Davis, Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there, isn't it?
Ooh, no, I thought he was.
Ooh, there you go right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a young guy.
Nice combination.
He's quick.
Good. Yeah. Ooh.
It's a harder puncher.
And,
The second major factor is his hand speed. Tank appears incredibly sharp and quick, and combining that pace with his punching force makes him even more difficult to deal with. Then there's his conditioning. He isn't simply relying on heavy shots. He's maintaining his output without appearing to tire. If the fight demands all 12 rounds, he looks prepared for it.
Some fights can still happen, but after this year, I'm out of.
Could we see you with Shakur before you go?
Why you think I'm retiring? For what? Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you
face?
face?
Looking more better than him. Who that? Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga.
So you would rather
keep screaming this nigga name? He haven't done nothing.
You rather fight
Keyshawn? Haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who say that you might be afraid? So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football.
Meanwhile, Keyshawn is approaching the matchup with the same seriousness. He has been working alongside Floyd Mayweather, a fighter with an extraordinary understanding of the sport. Mayweather has previously shared the ring and worked closely with Gervonta, giving him first-hand knowledge of Tank's strengths and tendencies. That experience could be extremely valuable as Keyshawn prepares for the challenge. With Floyd involved in his training, Keyshawn is learning from someone who understands Gervonta's style and knows what it takes to develop a strategy against him.
You and Tank, if that were to happen, you sparred with him, correct?
Yeah.
So you and Tank, if that were to happen.
I feel like me and Tank fight how it go would be like electrifying. Like me and him are both mean, aggressive, we bullies in the ring, you know, like we bully the bullies.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm the type of fighter, I love to bully the bully. So if you got two fighters in there, mentalities is like that, it's gonna play out to be a great fight. And I'm just up for the challenge for real. And it's a Davis on Davis, like it's gonna be a great promotion, you know. I feel like that fight could break numbers.
Mayweather understands Gervonta's game inside and out, from his biggest advantages to the areas that can be exploited. And there's little doubt that Keyshawn is gaining valuable insight from Floyd as he prepares for the matchup.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after that fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen, but I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you and then, you know, he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him. So
having Floyd in his corner gives Keyshawn access to a wealth of knowledge about how to approach Gervonta's style. The training could provide him with a detailed tactical education as he prepares to find openings and counter Tank's biggest strengths. Let's take a closer look at how their styles could clash. Gervonta is known for his ability to generate tremendous power while also possessing a strong understanding of the sport. Keyshawn, meanwhile, relies more heavily on technical boxing, quick movement, and defensive skills. That creates an intriguing contrast between heavy punching and precise execution. Based on Tank's current form, he appears to have a slight advantage on paper. For Keyshawn to succeed, he'll need to perform at an extremely high level, stay away from Gervonta's biggest shots, and use his boxing ability to control the action. And then there's the reaction from fans. Once Tank's latest training footage surfaced, social media immediately started filling up with excitement. Viewers were impressed by how composed, sharp, and focused Gervonta appeared during the session. The response has been massive, with fans eagerly discussing what could happen next.
No, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him sit back.
The excitement goes well beyond the fans, with former fighters and boxing analysts also sharing their thoughts. Several respected voices around the sport believe Gervonta could be entering one of the strongest stages of his career. With that level of attention surrounding him, the potential matchup with Keyshawn is being viewed as a major event and one of the most intriguing fights in recent boxing.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
The boxing community is filled with anticipation as the debate over this potential matchup continues to grow. Fans are split over whether Gervonta's experience and finishing ability will give him the advantage, or if Keyshawn's determination and modern technical approach can turn the tables. Regardless of which style prevails, the matchup has all the ingredients for a major boxing event, and supporters are already eager to see it unfold.
You got a chance to work with Gervonta out here. What was that experience like? Anything you could share?
The experience was great, and what's crazy about that is, which they shouldn't, but nobody, like I said, which they shouldn't, but I sparred him back when I was like 16 years old. This when he like kind of had first sound with Floyd, and he was like a big buzz in the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? And I think we did like 10 minutes straight. Understand what I'm saying? Great sparring match. But this time around, it was like, all right, we older now. There's more skills involved. It's like, all right, now let's see how it's gonna go this time. And when I got in the ring, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me with how much defense he really had. You know, of course, I was looking out for the power of like off the rip. I was looking out for his power. But when I started, like when I was attacking and trying to set stuff up, like he got like good upper body movement, and he got some good legs when he used them. So he surprised me with his defense. But it was a very technical fight. Technical sparring match. And I definitely learned that, like I said, his defense. Like I definitely learned that he got some great defense, and it's not really easy to hit this guy. And I had to work to get to him. But overall, it was a great sparring, and we respected each other.
This matchup carries much more significance than simply determining which fighter is better. For Gervonta, it could be another opportunity to strengthen his place among boxing's elite before eventually walking away from a sport. For Keyshawn, the moment represents a chance to establish his own identity and show that he belongs among the division's biggest names. The stakes are enormous, and picking a winner isn't easy. Tank appears extremely determined, but Keyshawn has the ability, preparation, and experience guidance around him to potentially produce a surprise result. Whatever happens, the matchup has the potential to deliver a memorable battle and possibly create opportunities for even bigger fights afterward. That brings us to the end of today's breakdown. What's your take? Is Keyshawn genuinely hesitant about facing Tank? Or could all of this simply be part of the psychological game between them? And if they meet, who would you pick to win, Gervonta or Keyshawn? Share your prediction in the comments. Hit the like button if you're looking forward to this matchup, and subscribe for more boxing news and updates. I'll catch you in the next video.